All right. Here we go, holy ones. Much respect to all of you coming into this Christic journey. A journey of light, frequency, spirit, Christic communion. This is something that's kind of really central to these Emerald Order teachings. Christ consciousness. Christ isn't a person. We're not following this religious point of view. Christ is a level of consciousness. So that implies there's different levels of consciousness. And the truth of the matter is that Christ's consciousness is the original human prototype. It has its Christ consciousness within its creation, its template, what we call angelic humans. Our actual race name in the higher dimensions as angelic humans is Tyranicium. Say that with me, holy ones. Wait, let me make sure there's no complaints about sound. You guys can hear me and see me okay? Tyranicium. Tyranicium. We're the angelic human Tyranicium. And we were created with 12 strands of DNA, while most humans only have 2.5, or 3.5. But the original human has 12 strands. Okay, so there's a huge, I would say, downgrade from what humans on Earth have become. Just let me double check. I just want to make sure. Syrian Star Princess, thank you, sister. Thank you, appreciate you. Thank you. So Christ consciousness, it's not about Jesus Christ. I mean, that's the label that has been given to this person. It's not a person, Christ consciousness, but we do talk about Jesus. There was 3 Jesus. You will even see in Voyagers, there is a chapter called The 3 Christs. Just to use that lingo that religious people use, Christ. Well, in the days of Jesus, there was actually 3 persons that the Guardians referred to as the 3 Christs. So obviously 2 of them are wrong, or not the real Jesus. There's only one real Jesus, but this isn't related to the name of the video, Christ consciousness, directly. But indirectly, you would say Christos. We use the word Christos, not Christ. Christos is a race of beings, or a collective of consciousness in the 12th dimension. Jesus, what the Guardians refer to as Jeshua, Sananda Melchizedek, is from the 12th dimension, from the 12th level of consciousness. Okay, Jeshua, Jesus' soul essence, came to the earth time drama, incarnated into a hybrid body from the Essenes. So this person, Jeshua, is representing the Christos founders. And these teachings talk all about the Christos. My channel is called Christos Avatar. My middle name is Christos. And so this is powerful, forbidden history that the Guardians, Emerald Order, Emerald Covenant, are bringing back to this, our forgotten, now forbidden history. So there was a Jesus, there is a God. We talk about both, but not from the religion point of view. Jesus was not crucified. Jesus ascended. And that's different than rapture. Okay? So Jesus was not the one who was crucified. One of the other two Jesus were crucified. And actually the third one was called Maharabi. So there was two Jesus and the other one representing one of these third ones. So these teachings aren't coming out of Joshua. These teachings are coming out of the Emerald Covenant, that which a lot of us, including many of you brothers and sisters, are part of. The Guardian Alliance, the IAFW, which is Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, part of these guardian angelic nations, star leagues. And Joshua's Christos avatar name is Sananda. And he's part of the Melchizedeks. So the guardians refer to him as Joshua Sananda Melchizedek. And so, bless Jesus. And, his huge part in the human drama 2,000 years ago. He had a very actually important mission, not to be a crucified lamb. Okay? And also the real Jesus, Joshua 12, we refer to Jesus, this Jesus, and the other one, the false one or the fallen one, would be Joshua 9 and Maharabi. All part of the patriarchal Melchizedek, Anu Melchizedek creed, not the guardian Melchizedek. The fallen ones like to use our names and use them for their false light, reverse light systems. So you get confused. It certainly has caused confusion. And this is exactly why Joshua 9 was manipulated into this false patriarchal belief system. That is a false light system. Christianity is a false light system. It is based on this sexist patriarchy, and it not only does it put down women, excuse me, one second. But just as bad is that it's based on fear. In the religions, you're even commanded to fear God. But they're not talking about the real God. They're talking about this angry, cruel God, war God. And so, but it's also about submission and blind worship. Subservience. And disempowering the original angelic human consciousness. And so it did a huge, huge disempowerment to the angelic human. Those who fell into that or got entangled into that false light system. According to nowadays, it's about 2 billion angelic humans have been entangled into the Metatronic death science of Christianity or whatever other religions that are based on death and blood ritual, crucifixions of your energies, literally, in your axiotonal lines. You're going to have these curses or these DNA mutations coming from these, you would say, practices, energies, and agendas. And so God is great. God is good, positive, not angry. As soon as you go to an angry God, that is the false Jesus, the false Christ. It is not Christ consciousness. And just, to continue this dialogue, Christ isn't about one person. It's for all people. And specifically, not all animals and life forms and different types of races and, alien races and human races have the same templates. Now, the guardians originally assigned the angelic humans as guardians of, and so as a guardian race, you need to have 12 strands, you would say. The Azarites had more. They had up to 48 strands. They're the original guard. Okay? The whole thing about the creation of the humans, the Turanesium angelic humans, was to replace the old guard of the Azarites. And so, but as soon as we got that commission as guardians, we started being attacked. And so there's a whole history behind this drama, human drama playing out. We're going to be talking about some of that. So just understand that Christ consciousness is one level of several different levels of consciousness. And I'll be demonstrating that in tonight's dissertation, as I show you on the screen a diagram and break it down for you guys. And so we'll talk about Jesus, we'll talk about Christ consciousness, we'll talk about the guardians. So thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you for sharing a part of your Tuesday evening with us. We're so grateful. We have a very beautiful, blessed, loving community. So you guys are welcome. I encourage you to be active in chat. Post questions in chat. One of my moderators will tell me when I get a question. And so, and you guys are perfectly, free to disagree. Just as long as you're not being rude or profane in chat, because we respect your beliefs, so please respect our beliefs in chat if you disagree. You can talk about Jesus from your point of view if you want. Just don't start spamming our chat with repent, you don't want to go to hell, all that stuff. That's when our moderators will let you go. So we don't expect that, but it can happen sometimes, especially when we get religious people will trigger to such a topic like Christ consciousness. So just realize that Jesus, the real Jesus, part of his message was that we're all children of God. Not just some sacrificed lamb, not just the chosen people of Israel. All people have this connection. It is literally in our DNA. We all have a 12th dimensional, you would say, potential. Now, most humans only have 2 or 3 strands of that potential, but that's the whole point of spiritual awakening and ascending to a higher level, reclaiming what's already yours, which is a diamond sun, 12-strand Christ consciousness. As guardians, we're meant to be operating on all 12 of our strands of DNA. That's how we can effectively be, fulfill our commission as guardians. So thank you guys for hanging with us. Much respect. Let me say hello. Is this the right glasses? Yeah. And you guys also please support my channel. This is how I can, keep doing this full time. I literally do this full time, 7 days a week. I'm always making videos or doing customer support, answering people's comments. This is my full-time job. I'm not even complaining. I have the energy to do it. I will continue to do it. Do this service for you. We had a great live last Saturday with our brother Nate. So please check out that video, you guys. It's an amazing interview. He's one of the younger generation's rising stars. So great to have these indigos coming in and stepping into their mission, stepping into their power. So check out that. It was an awesome interview. Indigo Wizard, Shalom, brother. What's up? So wonderful to see you, brother. And our other brother, Samadism, Machiwa family. Woohoo! Blessings to you, brothers. Divine masculine. We also have Georgina Machiwa to Machiwa. Too happy to be here with all of you. Thank you, Georgina. So happy to see you, sister. Thank you guys for being members. Corey Wicklin, DB9 Moo in the house. Welcome, Holy One. SM Holder, one of our star sisters, moderators. So happy to see you, sister. Powerful energy there. 1111. Machiwa, sister. Happy to see you as well. All right, Syrian Star Princess. Wow, thank you, sister. Much respect. Thank you for that exchange of energy. I really, this helps me take care of what I need to take care of, you guys. I'm really relying on this right now. So thank you, sister, for that support. And also, Jasna Didik 1208. Woohoo! One of our other star sisters, she wrote, yeah, I made it to a live. Sup, everyone? Love and light. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you so much for that exchange. It's not your first time. You guys are awesome. This is how we're represented, right? Giannis, star sister, blessings. Sister, thank you so much for being here. Much love and much respect to you. Got 4 of us in the house. Hopefully Stardust will pop in. We got Magi, Celine. Woohoo! More divine feminine. Oh, you guys, Giannis and Celine, I saw you guys posting my t-shirts in the live or in the Discord chat. Thank you so much for that, you guys. And honestly, I'm not just because I made them, but they look amazing. And you guys picked cool colors. Like Celine was doing the, I believe it was the lilac color. It's kind of like a pink color, or maybe it was purple. And Giannis got like the lilac. She got sage. Different colored t-shirts, you guys. They look really awesome. You guys won't mind if I post those pictures in chat tonight? If you do mind, just write it and I won't do it. But they did post it in chat, in the Discord chat. And I just want to say, you guys, I just, besides asking for donations, I will show you the shirt that I made today. Yeah, so let me pull that up. This is the Emerald Covenant t-shirt I just made tonight. It's not, I have to switch the pictures real quick to Photoshop, sorry. Change it to Photoshop. All right, cool. So this is a Emerald Covenant for life. You guys have heard me say that on the show, and that's what we're talking about. That's what we're representing, the Emerald Covenant, Emerald Order. And so you want to support this work, and you also want this powerful frequency. Get yours today, you guys. We're a lot of us are resonating with this frequency, with this code, and so this is like a team effort, a group effort, and I have like at least 7 colors, 8 colors. If you guys want different coloring, I can change the colors. I can add different shirt colors. Just write in the comments, or send me a direct message, or if you place the order within 24 hours, I can change any of this for you. So thanks, you guys, appreciate that. Machiwa. And honestly, sincerely, I just like being transparent. You guys, this is why I need your help. This is one reason to show you I need this. I can't even buy my own t-shirts. This is print on demand. They're made when someone buys one. I can't even afford to buy my own shirts. Otherwise, I would be representing my own shirts. I just can't. So I'm just being real. Magi Celine, such a cool name, man. Magi Celine, woohoo! Magi Kings, Priest Kings. And you guys, I'm also going to be making Magi King, Priest King t-shirts. That's one of my ideas. I make a list of ideas, and every time my twin flame makes an idea, I add that to my list of ideas. So you guys, I'm going to make up to 50 designs, up to 100 designs. So you got ideas? Send them my way and I'll make sure I make one. Spiritually related though. Why, looks like I got behind on here. Lauren Wisdom, woohoo! No way, she got her shirt. It's so badass. Oh, Lauren Wisdom, thank you so much, you guys. You guys who are happy with the shirts, please leave an Etsy, what do you call it, review. Please leave a positive Etsy review. It helps my shop. Thank you so much. I've only had one negative comment, and that was some guy who bought one of my artworks. He said, oh, this is AI artwork. I've been transparent about the work. So he gave me 1 star, and that brought my freaking, rating down because of one negative rating. So any positive ratings, you guys help raise that feedback rating. So it's like 4.8, I think, or something like that out of 5. So it's still good. I just want it better, right? All right, you guys. So yeah, okay. Did I take that off yet? Yeah, I took it off. So, Christ consciousness. Realistically, we call it Christos consciousness. Christos is, well, you could say it was abbreviated to Christ. What did I tell you earlier? The bad guys use our terminologies and turn them, twist them, some way, somehow. Twist the spelling, twist the meaning, twist the agenda. And this is why, there's the word out there, antichrist. Well, we don't use that either. We use antichristos. Christos consciousness and antichristos. That which is against the Christos, against God, against all life. And so that is a phantom consciousness. It is an anti-human. It is anti-earth. It is anti-all life. It wants to dominate life, kill life, control life. There's a whole, it is against the Christ consciousness. It doesn't want that energy here. So let me show you Christ consciousness on my diagram. Let me bring that up. I still have these open. Let me close them. Okay, so this is, let me refresh my screen so I know it's showing. All right. Yeah, it's showing. Okay, so this is our reality according to the Emerald Order Freedom Teachings. Okay, and the Sacred Universal Law 1. So this is our reality, and actually this is a study tool, a diagram that I created. So it helps support my work, but also it helps teach and learn. This is all this information. None of it comes from my own personal ideas or opinions. This is all coming from the different, you would say, Voyager's books, or from the different, there's literally over 100 different Emerald Order video workshop series, as originally taught by Ashiana Dean, Michael Dean, and Marianne Calloway, speaker 1, 2, and 3. And so this is powerful frequency just in the diagram in itself. Knowledge is power, words, sound is power, color is power. This is powerful diagram. Code. So This is something that helps me explain Christ consciousness as well. So we have the 15-dimensional time matrix reality. This is something that Source God put its consciousness into to create life. So this whole thing is fed from the original first thought of God. God put its thought, and it created all the different levels of life. And all of these structures are different frequencies. Like we were talking about Christ consciousness, it's literally, like I said earlier, the 12th level. It's just, and you notice it's not the highest either. It's close to the top, but it's not even the highest level that we're even capable of. We're actually capable of much greater levels of ourselves and our collectives, our families, our identities. You actually have 144 different versions of yourself at this level. You have 144, 144. You have 144 in this universe. This is a different universe, 144. You have 144 here. You have 144 lives here. You have 144 lives here. And that just reminded me of something. Let me see. It's more than angel number, or people call them angel numbers. But I've also made the 144 shirt in 8 different colors. Completeness anchored in divine order. So this is what we're talking about tonight. The different levels of the human Earth system is up to 3. Okay, so that's in the first universe. There's more higher consciousness, 3 levels here. There's 3 levels in the 3rd universe. There's 3 levels in the 4th universe. And that's where Christ consciousness, also aka Christos consciousness, all of these are dimensional frequencies, are different light spectra. The Christos spectra is pure white. And so the guardians call these, you would say, people or families of consciousness. They call them rays. This is the Christos ray. Jesus, Joshua 12, is from this level, this ray. A lot of the angelic humans have this imprint in their diamond sun 12-strand DNA. We have Christ consciousness imprinted in us. Now, there's certain DNA patterns that don't have 12 strands. So they don't have this access. Or in their current pattern, they'll have to outgrow their pattern and to their divine blueprint. Reach that divine blueprint, and then they can have a Christ consciousness. It's not any type of inequality. This is just the different levels of frequency in the hologram of matter. This time matrix is called the hologram of matter. Okay, which is 950 billion years old. So everyone's equal. These are just levels of how much frequency each level can hold. They can hold more in the 12th dimension compared to the 11th dimension. The 11th dimension can hold more than the 10th, and so on. So each of these lower levels become less and less and less frequency, less consciousness, but not less in intrinsic value. It's all God. It's just all entered at the top levels, and you could say kind of like a prism. It got one of these yanas. There's different yanas. There's the grande yanas. There's the vacha yanas. The ram yanas. Any of these yanas, one of them could come in here, which is a collective. One of these collectives could come in, and they spectrum out into 1,728 versions. Low versions, a little bit higher versions, and mid-level versions, higher versions, highest versions. One Giannis, one descended master group, created all these you would say levels of life forms, different life fields. And because of the warring that happened in the 11th dimension, now dimension 11 downward is affected by distortion. It doesn't mean all the beings that come out of these dimensions are dark. It just means that there is potential for having distortion. And if you get a bunch of distortion in your consciousness or in your body, you're going to fall into lower and lower levels. And even some of these beings become so twisted, they go into the phantom matrix anomaly, which is fragmentation, reverse consciousness, which it turns love into hatred. Okay, so it wants to harm life, not protect or preserve or live, these sacred conscious levels. I mean, we have Kundalini, but we also have the Kirushe, we have the Maharata. Everyone talks about Kundalini when it's the lowest. It's the lowest potential. Yeah, it's a life force, but certainly not the strongest. So we learn about we're talking about Christ consciousness. Well, that's Maharata life force. It's beyond Kundalini. But there's something above, like I said, even Christ consciousness isn't the highest. We're so conditioned that it's all about Lord and Father God and Son Jesus. Those are all distortions, by the way. But that's not even the highest potential. There's more. And so, whoa. I just saw something on my diagram. I didn't. This little detail right here. Where is it? Right here. I put 144 Brenoa, but I forgot to put that in here. 144 Mahara, 144 Tira, 144 Dora, 144 Taran. Anyways, I'll put that on my next update. So this is something that, this is tonight's topic, trying to explain to you demonstrate to you what is Christ consciousness. Look, it's a level. It's a level. Between 1 and 12, it's the 12th one. And these are beings that exist in the 4th universe, natively. But these beings from the 4th universe can project their consciousness into the 3rd universe, and project their consciousness into the 2nd universe, and then finally project their consciousness into the 1st universe, and go into the human drama. This is the route that Jeshua, Jesus, Sananda, Melchizedek took. Sananda, Jeshua 12, is from the 12th dimension. He had to go through all these Merkabah, all these stargates, and get to the 6th stargate in this Sirius star system of the 6th dimension. And from this gate, was able to come down to the 3rd dimension. Now notice that also in this 4th universe, actually, technically, Jeshua would have had to come from here, because this is where all indigos come from, as you see from this inset. Indigo children are from the energy matrix and the antimatter level. From this level or higher. So 13th dimension or higher. That's where indigo's soul essences come from. So even though Jeshua is known as a Christos avatar, his soul essence is coming from Elohim. Elohai, blue flame. So a lot of you who consider yourself indigo children, you're coming from these levels way up here. Let me try to show you the whole thing. If you're indigo like Jeshua, Jesus, like Ashiana, like myself, or others of you who are indigos, you're coming from these, your soul essence is coming from here, and he traveled down this network of stargates to get to Sirius B. That's the guardian planet. Sirius B. There's no exceptions to that. As explained by the guardians themselves. all guardians, or all indigos, I mean, are coming from the 6th dimension of Sirius B. There is some problems with some of these stargates, like D4. You can't come through D4 anymore because the fallen ones have taken it over. They control this stargate. There's a war over stargates. They want the inner Earth stargates, and that means they have to conquer us on Earth to do that. And so, but anyways, indigo children are coming from these levels and coming down here. So they will have had connection, you know, to the Ayani. That's what indigos are. They're Ayani. Ayani of the Yanas, of the Ascended Masters. Ascended Master consciousness coming into the time matrix, coming all the way down to this low level, dangerous level. This is why you are going to have avatars, or, you know, these holy ones who have these huge amounts of consciousness, who have these extraordinary psychic abilities, who are usually behind the scenes. Some of the indigos, like the indigo 2s and 3s, can be out in the open or out in the public, but for the most part, a lot of the indigos are behind the scenes, like Jeshua Sananda Melchizedek was. He was part of the scenes. The other Jesus, Jeshua 9, was part of the Elohim line, the Melchizedek, the Metatron line, Anu Elohim line. But Jeshua Sananda, the guardian, is part of the Emerald Order. So the Holy Grail line. That's what indigo children are called, Holy Grail line. Now there's some stories about the Holy Grail coming out of King Arthur, which is also something that was twisted by the fallen ones. They took that whole story and distorted it. Now it's just some fiction, but it's not fiction. It's part of the real guardian history. There is something to Excalibur. There is something to Arthur, to Camelot, even to what is Arthur's babe called? King Arthur and Guinevere. Guinevere. There's something to Guinevere. There's something to the round tables. Round tables is reference to planetary grid work. So a lot of the information about Christ or Christos or Christ consciousness has been distorted. Let's see what New Age has to say about Christ consciousness. You know, religion totally screwed that up. Turned it into death and sacrifice and blood ritual. But let's see what New Age says about it. Let me share that display capture. I guess it's got to be window capture. But let me open a window in Google. I just have to have it select the correct window. Chrome, maybe this is it. No, you're not going to show me? Okay. Why aren't you working? No, I don't know. It's not working. I'm trying to show the screen. Maybe it's switching for you, but it's not switching for me. Let me just go to my site so I can see that and gosh. Sorry guys, I don't know why it's not cooperating. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this, but actually let me find a way such as Instagram, Chrome, Instagram. It won't even show. It's not showing. I can't even show you my diagram now for some reason. Well, that's not my diagram, but anyways, I'll just have to read to you what it says on the internet. Okay, I'll put in Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness. And also, if you look at the pictures, it's just going to show pictures of Jesus, the one that was a murdered lamb. Let me see if it will work yet. What in the world, dudes? It won't. Okay, so I will use this window since it's going to do it on this window. I'll go to Chrome. I don't actually. Let me. It's working now. That's the only window it was going to let me do it. So Christ, consciousness, but I don't want to lose the live, so now I gotta. What the shit, man? Anyways, you know, this is not what Christ consciousness is. Let me see if it's connecting to the right one. You see how it's trying to talk about Jesus. It's not about Jesus. But they're all, even New Age. This is New Age crap about Jesus, about Christ consciousness. I mean, they're trying to show the picture of Jesus. Let's see what it says. It says Christ consciousness is an elevated state of consciousness, a state in which we are connected to our higher self. It is our true nature. This level of consciousness is the highest state of intellectual development. As I showed you guys, it's not the highest. When we say Christ consciousness, we're not speaking from a religious perspective, which is true. This is almost like accurate. So I'm like checking this out. But here we start getting the distortion. Now it's talking about the Greek Christos, meaning the anointed one. But it continues to say, but it's not limited to that. It's a title, but they're still attaching this to it. Not limited. It's still saying, okay, well that's part of it, but it's not part of it. And so, but you notice it doesn't say anything about the. Oh, now they want to add stuff about Kabbalah. But you will see nothing about the 12th dimensional consciousness. And so you're going to always get this in New Age, you guys. You're always going to get some distortion or something that's off. Even if they twist some of the meaning or just the mechanics, if it's an actual technique. So the Guardians actually talk about connecting to this frequency, bringing in this frequency, opening up, making it activated again, because it's in our DNA. It's the 12th strand. Remember, most humans here only have 3. These teachings, through different techniques in the workshops, in the PDFs, in the books, you're going to learn how to do 12 levels of consciousness, bringing in Christ consciousness, bringing in the 12th ray, which is pure white light spectra. You could see a 6-pointed star of Merkaba star, a star tetrahedron spinning. Okay? Imagine a spinning Merkaba in pure white. That is the Christ ray. Or you can imagine the, most chakras they see as a rotating disc, or which is a stargate. And so your chakras are called Templar. They're stargates, Templar. You want to focus on 6 inches below your feet. 6 inches, that's about a foot. That's about half of that. 1 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about a foot. That's 6 inches. So about 6 inches below your feet is where you can imagine, close your eyes and imagine a rotating sphere. But it's more accurate to just see it as a white Merkaba spinning. Get used to seeing this Merkaba star see a white Merkaba star. You're entraining, you're imprinting the Christos ray, the Christ consciousness. This is part of who we are. It's in our DNA. It's in the human dormant, now called junk DNA. And when you go through teachings like the Emerald Order bioregenesis, that means DNA regenesis. You're fixing your DNA. When you run those techniques and you're bringing in, most humans are right here, your ash chakra, okay, your groin chakra, and your ego chakra. This is what most humans are, right here. Oh, right here. Solar plexus, the groin area, the butt area, that is most humans' consciousness. Most humans, billions of humans haven't discovered or activated or opened even their heart chakra, much less their throat, their third eye, or the crown, or the thymus, or the thalamus, or the Christ ray. Actually, galactic 1, galactic 2, and then the Christ ray. So most humans, when we're sitting here having this conversation, an Emerald Order conversation, talking to you about Christ consciousness, most humans have no clue. Billions of humans have no clue. Christ consciousness is death and blood. When you agree with this, you pray to this, you visualize this, you connect to this, you speak this, you think this, you're connecting to death, you're connecting to phantom. Not your higher self, not source God. You keep on putting that energy and frequency and obedience and worship to some other, conscious collective that is taking you into death, sacrifice, into black hole matrices, into the phantom. You speak and think phantom, you're falling into phantom earth in your next incarnation. When you die, your soul essence ain't going nowhere. It's falling or repeating. So when you speak phantom and think phantom and worship death and blood sacrifices, you're not ascending, holy ones. You're not awakening. And so Christ consciousness is bringing in, okay, if this is where most humans are, you're talking about this, bringing in 9 other chakras, 9 other levels of consciousness. And you will have the whole full 12-strand spectrum. 9 levels, because most humans are here, right? 1, the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These teachings will, using kind of like triadic phase currents, they're called, in chapters of the Cathara Biospiritual Healing. In the PDF, one of our moderators, please share that. Look for triad, tree, trio, tri, 3. You're using 3 chakras, 3 light spectra to focus on one that you're trying to expand, like the heart. You're going to use 3 light spectra to open the throat, activate, open the third eye with 3. With 3 on the crown, use 3 light spectra. You'll learn which ones to use. 3 on the thymus, 3 on the thalamus, 3 on the galactic 1, galactic 2, and the Christ ray. And of course, there's all kinds of advanced workshops, advanced techniques. But this is one of the ways that you start to focus on the Christ ray. And there's actual visualizations of how to do it. And you'll be working with fire letters and like we talked about in our last interview, one of the workshops you want to focus on is on Cathara and the Dance for Life, Dance for Joy, Dance for Freedom, and some of the sliders workshops, or even some of the other workshops, like the we had suggested that one of the early ones is damn, I forgot the name of it. So tangible structure of the soul. Tangible structure of the soul is a very good one for the beginners. So, but it's really important to go through a specific order, you guys, because if you go straight to the advanced stuff, it's not gonna connect. So this is why you go to the beginning and learn about your chakras, learn about your huva bodies, learn about your kathara points, learn how to rub those kathara points, learn about your kathara grid, learn about, then you start to move into the other advanced stuff, where you see our teacher Ashana. She has this huge projector screen, hundreds of people watching her, and she's pointing to the different parts of the diagram. So you don't start at those levels. That's how I started. So I was, I saw Carrie Cassidy and Ashana talking for the first time in an interview on YouTube. And then I went straight to her first workshop. That they did after that, which was Sliders 8. It went right over my head. But I still got to see Speaker 1, Speaker 2, Speaker 3. I hung out with them in Tucson. It's called the Biosphere 2. And it's actually a really cool place, by the way. But Speaker 1 and Speaker 2 were doing grid work there. And we were with them doing these roundtables, or not the specific roundtables, but, going through and as a group into the Biosphere 2, baby. What's up? So yeah, Christ consciousness is something that we all are part of. It's buried in your dormant DNA. This is why you learn the teachings, you learn the actual techniques. Have you done any lately? Have you run your Maharic Seal? Have you done the Mentor technique? Okay? Have you done any of these techniques or sung any of these songs in the Anuhazi language? Okay? This is something that needs to be part of your lifestyle. I encourage you guys to make this part of your lifestyle. Plan ahead time. I'm going to study the MCEO teachings, the Emerald Order teachings, this day, these amount of hours. I want to finish this PDF. I want to finish this Emerald Order workshop. So many people call them KS teachings. They're not called KS teachings. Kalontic science is a small part of the entire teachings. You're only going to learn KS, Kalontic science. You're only going to learn Kalontic science in the very beginning of your journey. So why call the entire teachings Kalontic science? That's ridiculous. This is why, where do they come from? Where do these huge body of teachings come from? The Emerald Order. So we don't call them KS teachings here. We call them Emerald Order teachings. So there's no confusion where it's coming from and what exactly we're talking about. Nobody knows what KS is. Who's going to know what KS teachings is? It's not helping anyone. It's not serving anyone. Let's call them what they are. Either MCEO teachings or Emerald Order teachings or Freedom teachings. Now we're on the same level. There's no confusion there. So go through the order of the Emerald Order teachings. Go through the beginner stuff like Kathara. Kathara. Ka-tha-ra. Kathara. And so learn Kathara 1. You can go on and learn Kathara 2. Kathara 3. Kathara 4. Dance for life. Dance for joy. Dance for freedom. Tangible structures of the soul. And if you want to go into the really hard level stuff, go into the sliders material. So this is a commitment, you guys. This is part of each and every one of our mission. If you are an indigo, you call yourself, you believe that you're an indigo child, you are part of this teaching, this body of knowledge. All of us, including myself, because I still have a lot to learn. All of us need to be experts in these teachings. For real. And if it's something that's hard for you to learn, you can't understand it, you do what I did. You keep on reading it. You keep on watching it. Reading, watching, studying. Make notes. Make diagrams. On handwritten diagrams or computer Photoshop diagrams. Draws geometries, circles. Draw the Cathara grid. Do the colors. Get that in your mind. Really make it like solid, like a lucid. Be able to close your mind and see what the tree of life looks like, the Cathara grid. Be able to see all the different colors. Be accurate with the colors. Because when you're not thinking of the right light spectra, you're not connecting to that chakra. This is why you're going to see in New Age, the colors are off. They almost always get the throat chakra wrong and the third eye chakra wrong. You're not connecting to the throat or the third eye then. It's light spectra for a reason. Understand there's 3 blues in the chakras. So if you get one of them wrong, you got the wrong one. Blue. This is blue. There's one called dark blue. And then there's one that's a pale turquoise blue. That's 3 different blues, 3 different visualizations, imaginations. You see the right ray. You don't see an off red, an off yellow, an off orange, or whatever. You see the actual ray. This is why I use a site that helps you get the exact color. And I'll share it if I can get the screen to share. I just realized I went off of the... All right, so we're good to go. Are we still good, you guys? Can you see me and hear me okay? I don't see any like alerts from you guys, so I think it's okay. So I'm also going to open Cathara. So let me open Cathara, and then we'll go to Cathara together. Oh wow, a technique. The Song of Lyra, Christos invocation. So let me look at blue black. Okay, so when you look at these chakra charts, okay, so you see the butt chakra is red, the groin chakra orange, the solar plexus yellow, green. Okay, let's get to the blue one, blue. And then well, it's still not going to let me show the freaking page, but let me see if it's coming up. Because weird things happen when I'm go back and retry this shit. Oh, we got Photoshop, we got live streaming. It's doing that crap again. Instagram, where's this one? I have no idea. But it won't show it. It's not showing it, man. Maybe if I open a new window, let me open a new window and see if it sees that. Because right now it's not seeing crap. Okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what to do. I gotta take the stream and make another copy of it on another window. I'm sorry, you guys. We'll get through this. We're getting through this. Okay, so I got that window, and now I can go back to the other window and change it. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. Oh, wow. It's showing you guys and everything. I'm not trying to show that. Ha! That's weird, man. Sorry, man. Sorry, guys. But at least where the hell is my freaking... Alright, so this is a website called Color Hex. And let's say you put in red. Well, you got to spell it correctly first. Red. And then you see what red actually looks like. It's not an opinion. This is scientific. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at blue. It's color-hex.com. This is what blue looks like. It's not an opinion. Now this is exactly what I want to show you, if it'll let me. 7 chakras, 7 chakras. Go to images. You see what the F I'm saying? Does that look like blue, man? And it's not just this one, it's all these. Does that look blue? That's like a sky blue or baby blue. How about this professional diagram? Does that look blue, homie? You see the distortion, man. You go, this is not even really correct green. This is certainly not freaking red. And this is not indigo, or this is not supposed to be indigo. I mean, it's kind of close, But you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain to you, unless you're not even seeing this. Oh, you are seeing it, cool. Awesome, now I can go back to the channel on this one. I'll go back to where you guys were. Yeah, okay. So, this is blue. Oh, this is indigo. I went to indigo already. This is blue. Does this look blue? Here? Does this look blue? It's like a turquoise. It's BS, man. It's frustrating. You get this. This is a joke. Light spectra is not a joke. It's scientific. You get the right ray or don't. This ain't connecting you to the throat like you want to. Now this is they're pretty close to indigo though. So since there's so many opinions on what is indigo, let's look what indigo is supposed to look like. You see? It's not purple, homies. There's no such thing as a purple chakra. This is indigo chakra. Indigo. Here's the blue chakra. Let's look at, and if you don't know the hex number, you just put in the spell it out. Green. Oh, here's green. You know, there's all kinds of green colors too. You can get variations of green, different shades of green, different kinds of green, you know. Just like there's different kinds of blue. And so I'm just trying to say that it makes it's important. But the 12th chakra is pretty simple. It's white. It's hard to get white wrong. So now let's just put chakras in, because just to show you that most people studying chakras are only studying seven chakras. 7 chakras and how to unlock. How are you gonna freaking unlock it when you're visualizing the wrong color, homie? A beginner's guide to the 7 chakras. Why are they talking about 7 chakras? 7 chakras, 7 here, 7 crystals for the 7 chakras. You see the new age BS. What the hell, man? That is not even yellow. It's still green. They did a shit job. Excuse my language. They did a really crap job with yellow and blue, and that's still blue, not indigo, and that's not violet. What the F is going on here, homies? You're gonna sit here in meditation and look and visualize the wrong color. You're not helping yourself. The color matters. It makes a difference. It's like a radio station, 104.7. You're going to go to 104.2, 104.9. You're not hitting the mark. You want to hit the mark and know the right colors. And like I showed you in the actual MCEO Guardian teachings, it tells you exactly what it is. Let me refresh my screen. Okay, the Guardians don't tell you, look at 7. Look at 7, homies. It's only halfway of your consciousness, of your identity. You see, you're missing a gold, SG8, SG9, what do they call? There's also a chart of what they're called. They only go to the crown. You're missing your thymus chakra. Your thalamus chakra. These are your identities, homie. These are your consciousness. They're trumping you. And you want to know something really interesting? Why 7 is so important to these false light teachings? Because 7. What is 7? 7 ain't no lucky number in Vegas, homie. It ain't no freaking crown chakra limitation, baby. What's up? This is the Metatronic death number. This is the bodies they created in the Phantom Matrix at the 7th dimension. At the 7th what do you call it? You have the chakras, which are broken down into sub-frequencies, and so the sub-frequencies are going to give you another 7, a 7, a 7, and a 7. But this is not your whole consciousness anyways. You're missing out on the rest of your freaking universal consciousness. This is a gold chakra. This is silver chakra. You're missing the dark blue chakra, the dark silver chakra. You're missing the white chakra. That's Christ consciousness, baby. This is Christ consciousness. The 12th one. You're not connecting to Christ consciousness, New Agers. Or when you're only capped to the freaking crown, you're not even making it to the galactic core. The meta-galactic core is your 8th gold chakra. Okay, you're not getting your a galactic 1, galactic 2. You're not getting your Christ consciousness chakra, Templar, or the Earth or Universal Templars. You're just some punk ass who's only got half your identity. Literally half. All the lower shit. You're just focusing on the ass and the groin and the ego. Most humans that's their consciousness. They don't know nothing about the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, the thymus, the thalamus, the galactic 1, galactic 2, Earth star, Earth core, universal 1, universal 2. So if what do you call it? If this turns you on, if this lights you up, if you feel good with mediocrity, if you feel good with being only partially lit up, well, that's the route for you. You're on the right path for that. If you want to learn your true potential, I encourage you to look into the Emerald Order teachings and learn the rest of your missing identity, the rest of your higher self. So it's a spiritual war, you guys. You're going to get less of your history, forbidden history. You're going to get less of your chakras, identities. You're going to get reverse Merkaba teachings in New Age. So it's up to you. What are you going to do with that? If you're not connecting to the pure white chakra 6 inches below your feet, how are you reaching Christ consciousness? When you're limited on Earth to red chakra, orange chakra, yellow chakra, how are you even coming close to Christ consciousness? Because this consciousness right here, this consciousness we call 3D consciousness, wants an angry, pissed off God wants a murdered, tortured, sacrificed Messiah Savior. You know, that's the Savior Matrix, one of those mini Savior Matrices. They prefer desolation, destruction. They want to be in fear of God. They want to be in submission on their knees. No, seriously. When I talk about Christ consciousness or unity consciousness, people say that's Satanism or Lucifer teaching. So, I'm watching the show and on TV, and people say, "Oh, God will murder people, will murder children because they deserved it," and they will hurt other humans who are not following their dark, twisted teachings. Oh, you're not. God wants me to hurt you. God wants me to kill you. You see how dangerous this consciousness is? And you can see very clearly their values. What they're connected to in their mind, in their actions. What they value. Repent! Get on your knees! Connect yourself to this blood covenant. It's a covenant. It's called the Luciferian covenant. And you agree to it. And you're actually taught in churches. When, from as early as your first communion. Do you know what first communion is? You dress up as a bride or a groom, your little kid. And what is communion anyways? First of all, they make you go through all these agreements. You're going through a checklist of agreements. You are agreeing to this on a soul level. That is not Christ consciousness on me. That's a brutal distortion, darkness, hatred, curse. That's a curse on you, on the angelic human. That's an anti-Christos curse. You're aligning to it and saying yes. And you made all your agreements. It's kind of like you signed your contract. You signed to a blood ritual death covenant. Not to mention, you're also talking judgment now. Now you're saying repent to people. Now you're damning people, just like you're teaching and just like your God does. It's not God. It's not Creator. It's an ET lie. And of course they're going to give you reverse Merkaba mechanics. Of course they're going to only give you 7 chakras. Of course they're only going to, put you in fear and guilt and shame. Of course they're going to disempower you. They are disempowering you with false light teachings. They're disempowering you with false Christ consciousness. It's not about a death or a savior. Christ consciousness is something that you reach. You're trying to reach that part of yourself. That is part of who you are. You have a 12th dimensional identity. You're here at 3D. We're here together right now, here in the 3rd dimension. But you also have a 4th dimensional astral entity, incarnations. Take 144 divided by 3. See if I can do that in my head. I'm not good at math. 144, 3, 12, 2 left over, 2, 4, 8. So you go, that's how many you have in the 4th dimension. Incarnations, that's how many times you live. Plus you have the parallel universe. "48 times. You're going to live 48 different identities in the astral. You're going to live 48 identities in the archetype, 5D. you're going to have 48 identities in the celestial, angelic. 48 plus 48 plus 48 is 144. You're going to live 144 times in the second universe. 144 times in the parallel second universe. That's 288. You start to add all these up. You're living all these different incarnations. So you live as a 3D human, but you also live as a 4D human, 5D. Whoa, my air conditioner's on? My heater's on? Sorry, guys. I'm sexy and you know it. You're sexy and you know it. So you live all these different times. You have all these different identities, and some of those identities, 144, well actually 48 of those identities are Christos avatars. And if you want to call that on parallel Earth, 48 times 2, that's 80, 96. So you have 96 Christos avatars. So that level of yourself in here on Earth has become dormant in your junk. Your Christ conscious level has gone into your dormant DNA. What the scientists themselves can see, dormant DNA, they say, according to them, 97% of your DNA is dormant. Damn! That's a lot of your consciousness just sleeping. Including your Christ conscious level, your Christos level of identity, your avatar level of identity is sleeping right now unless you start learning how to activate those levels of yourself. That means you have to throw away the 7 chakra system, homie, and start embracing the 12, 15 chakras. The DNA pattern goes up to 12. There's more. There's 3 more. 15 altogether. But that's 15 plus the 15 on the parallel plus, so we have more than that potential. Especially if you're an indigo, you're living lifetimes here, living lifetimes there, and different other lifetimes. You can have a lot of different possibilities. So that's kind of overkill. You don't need 24 chakras. You don't need 36 chakras here. And if we already know, the last one who was able to even have 12 strands was Jeshua Sananda Melchizedek. So most of us aren't reaching 24. If Jesus didn't do 24, you're not doing 24. You see what I'm saying? But we're going to get close to bringing that in. You see, one of the things you realize about a chakra, it's got an aperture. That's fully open. But you can stream some of it with a tiny opening. Just like you have a clogged up sinkhole. Some of the water is draining, coming through, going through. Well, some of your 12th chakra, you learn how to open some of that. When we talk about opening a chakra, it doesn't mean it happens immediately, overnight. This will take time and time and time. This takes time. You're working on it. You're doing meditation. You're doing chakra. You're running frequency to your chakras. You're opening your chakra. Open your chakra. Now it's fully open. But you know what I'm saying? It can still be bringing in a little bit of 12D, a little bit of 11D. By the time you get to the lower ones, you got more. You got a lot more 5D than you do 12D. You see what I'm saying? But you keep on working on it. You're going to open more. You're going to bring in more. It's not bringing in more, it's activating more, what's already inside your DNA pattern. So you work on which ones you are the weakest at. No, when I get lit, I can literally feel tingling parts of my body. I don't feel that all the time. But on medicine, I can definitely feel the strong energies on each of those chakras. So not only do I feel them, I'm confirming them to myself. I'm not proving anything to anyone else. That's on your own spiritual journey. I'm proving to myself, dude, this is real. I feel it. in my heart, literally in my chest. I feel the frequency in my throat. I feel it in my third eye, my crown, even the back of my head, which is one of those Kathara points. I feel it in my solar plexus, my groin, and your root and your feet, and behind the knees sometimes. You will feel these chakras and minor chakras. So the guardians teach you the 12 chakras to the Christ consciousness, but they also teach you the Kathara points, the wings, behind your knees, below your feet. You're going to feel those. And so I know I'm feeling those Kathara points as well, which I never learned anywhere else, the Kathara points. So I started feeling those energies before I learned what they were. And so this energy is not, what I'm trying to say, this energy isn't just imaginary. You can literally feel it. It's something that's tangible. And that's something I didn't witness or feel all the time. It's something that I expanded into, but the truth of the matter is, it's always there. It's always been there. But it took me a while to heal parts of myself through these teachings, by the way. Running that. You know what another word for Maharic seal is? You know what Maharic? Maharic is Christ, K-R-Y-S-T. And they go over and use the word Maharata. Mahara. Maharata. The Maharic seal. Maharata. It's related to the Christ frequency, the Christ, source that we're coming from. Our Christ potential. This is why we can use the word like a verb. When you reach your 12D, you're becoming Christed. And I'll tell you right now, there's a huge distortion on the internet talking about this Christos oil. It's bullshit. It's one of those 3-eye atlas scams. Christos is not about some freaking oil, homie. It doesn't even exist in the 3D until you bring it into that awakened, dormant potential. Otherwise, we're just running around with 2.5 or 3.5 strands. As an indigo, you need to also awaken your heart chakra. They have the throat and the third eye, but even indigos have to work on their fourth. Remember, I told you they took over the Stargate 4. It's connected to the templates, the 4D. They took over the universal Stargate. So we have to, indigos have to activate that too. So it's part of the spiritual war. There's a war against the Christos, the Christ, K-R-Y-S-T. There's a war against the guardians. They hate you. They want to control you, dominate you, destroy you. They want what we have. They want the gates. They want inner earth. They have to come through earth. They kicked our asses in human seeding 1. They kicked our asses in human seeding 2. And they took over parallel earth. These are not someone you don't take for granted. And just like we know how they took over Earth was between the Zeta Gray aliens and the reptilians. Team, Draconian. Zeta. Oh, how did they say it in the book, in the Voyagers? It's either Zeta Dragon, Zeta, or let's look it up. Because I'm curious, because we already know that the Zeta Gray aliens are working with our governments. We already know there's all kinds of people experiencing connections with reptilians. Oh my gosh, dude. Sometimes the windows have to be reopened for some reason on PDF, so I have to reopen it, but it's probably called the Zeta. Zeta Dracos hybrid? That's not what I was thinking of. Zeta Dracos genetic material, Zeta Dracos gene codes. Zeta Dracos representatives, Zeta Dracos alliance. I was thinking about the alliance, but maybe it's called Dracos Zeta. Yeah, they call it the Dracos Zeta resistance. It is the Dracos Zeta resistance who took us over in parallel Earth using a false Christ return. Let me show you in the diagram. The reptilian and the Zeta Gray aliens who took over and instituted one world order, and we know very well that's exactly what they want to do here. And the fallen angelic legion's false second coming drama had been successfully orchestrated in the parallel Earth system. ETs are very real in that world, and they are terrified of them because they run the place. It's really dire situation there for a lot of people under full ET martial law control. So these fallen beings are not punks, man. They've already kicked the Christic ass, okay? It's not something you just ignore. You don't just think that we're all ascending. When all of their religious systems are in power, their banking systems are still in power, they're still freaking in power. And so it's pretty irresponsible for people. I mean, it's pretty ignorant of people to think that we're winning. I swear people are still going to say we're winning. So, what is happening is a divergence. The people who are losing are falling into another timeline. The people who are winning, actually ascending, are going into another timeline. There's different timelines. Human race is going here, or here, or here. Are you only 2-strand, 3-strand human? You're not going here. There's no end of the world, and there's no all of us ascending. Those are both BS, man. You can't have someone just give you your ascension. Oh, you got a free pass to go to the 5th dimension now. Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. Ascension has always been, always will be a personal, individual process. The only way that could ever be different is if humans were living, the whole population of humans were living in the law of one. Do you see that anywhere? Let me ask you again. Do you see any nation, any country, any religion or spiritual belief existing within the sacred universal law of one? So what are you telling me? What are you telling other people that we're all ascending? Do you see clues? Do you see signs anywhere that we're all awakening? Right? Because you don't see that. And we can have a debate about that if you want. You would need to see these huge, massive signs of literally people awakening, and then you can maybe say, oh, now we're winning, or now we're making a change. You don't see that. You know that what that is? That's part of the false creeds. It's part of the false light systems telling you that we're winning. Telling you that we're all ascending. That sounds exactly like Jehovah and Anunnaki. It sounds exactly like Galactic Fed. It sounds exactly like Three-Eye Atlas. Something is going to save us. We're all going to be saved. We're all going to be shifted into our higher selves. We're all going to just suddenly, all of that distortion has suddenly just disappeared in our DNAs, templates, in our thinking. You know, it doesn't work that way. That's not what's happening, you guys. You need discernment to even see what's happening on the world. And don't forget the history. Don't forget what happened in Human Seeding 1. Was there a Three-Eye Atlas that saved us? Did the Guardians come and save us? Did Unicide come and save us? No, we were murdered. Did they come and save us in Human Seeding 2? No, we were murdered. But you're still thinking we're going to get saved this time around. So, the Voyager's books talks about 3 different timelines. Some of the Emerald Order teachings talk about different timelines. There is no destruction. There's no talk about us all ascending. I would love that. I would love all the murderers and all of the Satanists, all the practicing Luciferians. I would love for all of us just to sing Kumbara and just get along and just say, oh yes, we're all ascending. And then people in the Trump movement were saying, oh, there's all this stuff happening in the scenes. What is that got to do with the people's ascension process? When Trump himself is talking about being a Christian, right? Or who cares about that? Who cares about the politics? What about all the other different religions who are following Phantom? Not Christ consciousness, not the inner Christos, not the inner God spark. You don't see this anywhere, homies, brothers and sisters. Where is inner Christ? Where is it in the world? Where is it on TV? Where is it in movies? Where you got to have some signs in somewhere in comic books. Maybe you'll see it in video games. Come on, bring it on. Come on, tell us how we're all ascending. And so this is something that we have very strong discernment with, that we're responsible for. Nothing's going to save you. Certainly not a murdered savior. We have to stop looking for someone else to help us. No one's going to help or save. That doesn't make you, it shouldn't make you be in fear, because if you go inside to your connection, you won't have fear. You're not going to be limited to hope or faith, okay, or belief. There's a difference between believing in something and having cognizance. Cognizance is a knowing, and you have a knowing when you activate your DNA. That's like a reservoir of your memory turned on. It's like you suddenly see a bunch of things you did before in other lives, whether they're considered past lives or future lives. Memories. And they can be very real, very lucid. Sort of like when you have a lucid dreaming, you wake up and you say, oh, that felt so real, because it was. You experienced it physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You were there, literally. We're not limited to staying in the body. You can leave the body. We all do. Every single night when we're dreaming, we leave the body. We're going somewhere. I've heard Ashana say a few times in different videos, we go through everyone goes all the way to the 8th metagalactic core, the 8th dimension, because we are not immortal here. The planet is not immortal. We die. We're in a cycle of mortality and death. So you have to get the energy, replenish yourself, That's the purpose of sleeping when you're not immortal. You need to go get that frequency. And most people who don't remember dreams, they say I don't dream. Everybody dreams. But what is the idea of dreaming? What do you think dreaming is? Okay, there's you in the awakened state, in the 3D awakened state. You're at this frequency. You know, when you go to sleep, your frequency changes. Your brain waves change. Your frequency is not limited to the body. I mean, your consciousness is not going to be stuck there. Every single night you're leaving it. The body didn't die because you left it. You know, you have this fine connection that's literally connected while you're traveling, astral traveling, or going into the dream world, or going into the, to the metagalactic core, or wherever you're experiencing. And then you return back, and then you wake up replenished. Just laying down is not doing it. That's not giving you energy. Your soul essence leaves the body just like it came into the fetus when you're in your mother's pregnant womb. Well, this time you're just leaving to go get some replenishment. Bring it back, and now you're ready to go another 18 hours. Most people sleep for 6, 7, 8 hours. Some people more. And if I don't know what the world record is for how many hours they stayed awake. I'm just curious. What's the world's record? What's the world's record? Oh, maybe I should spell. What's the world's record for staying awake? I can't even spell it. There's something wrong with my letter T on my keyboard. It doesn't always work, so I gotta go back and fix stuff. Wow, some dude named Randy Gardner who stayed awake for 11 days and 24 minutes. That's 264 hours. So some of us complaining about not having enough sleep. Well, this dude lived for... Wait. Other claims. There's claims, though, that say Randy McDonald did it for 18 days. But Gardner's record was closely monitored, and so maybe someone stayed awake longer. I don't even know if that's normal for regular, if that's even possible unless you're one of these hybrids. You know, the kind of people who have extrasensory perceptions, who have this different DNA, like 6, 7, 8 strand DNA. Let me double check. Thank you, Georgina, for sharing memberships. Bless you, sister. And you guys, whoever became new members, just realize that you're welcome to come into our Discord chat. If you need the link, just direct message me on Facebook or Instagram, or send me an email. My email is below. And you guys, so far there's just 2 donations tonight. Please, you guys, please support this work. This is how I can work full time when I wake up till I go to bed. Of course I eat. Of course I do some messages for, answering people's, but I'm constantly working. So please, you guys, support this work. It really makes a difference in my life right now. So, and then maybe I can buy my own t-shirts so I can wear them and be a walking billboard and be able to have a side income. That's what I'm trying to do. So thank you guys very much. All of us can reach our own personal Christ consciousness. And we might as well say the correct term, Christos consciousness. We can all have that potential to reach our own 12D self. It's the chakra, 6 inches below your feet. It's the way you think. And I'm pretty confident, I can say pretty confidently that it's going to be very difficult for you to have Christ consciousness without having, the 12 attitudes of mastery, the 12 responsibilities of mastery. It's called the 12 attitudes of responsibility and the 12 responsibilities of mastery. So that's 12 plus 12. There's 24 different, lifestyle changes you can make. Plus you're connecting to your Maharic seal, and plus you're doing songs, and plus you're doing other Kathara or Emerald Order techniques. And then you're on your way to awakening your higher strands and your higher identities all the way up to your Christ star. And that's what we want. That's what we need. We need to be representing the Christ frequency. We need to be expressing it, speaking it, teaching it, sharing it. Why not? Teach your children these concepts. Believe it or not, your children can handle it. Instead of teaching them about, Easter and Christmas and, all these other holidays, teach them from the guardian point of view. Do we have a troll, you guys? Well, I don't know how this guy started, but obviously he's causing problems. So he says he's hidden in our channel. This is something I don't get, man. Removed. I've removed him from the group. Free white dove! Star Sister, thank you so much. She says, you are amazing. Thank you, Star Sister. Bless you. It helps me so much, especially now, after the holidays. Man, I couldn't even treat my twin flame out. That's gotten pretty pathetic. So, I'm truly grateful. Much respect for you, sister, for helping me out, and all the other people who helped him out. Blessings to you. I really need it. And you're amazing too, Free White Dove. Lauren Wisdom, bless you, sister. Amazing love, live or love? Amazing love as always. Love you all, fam. Thank you, Lauren Wisdom. Machiwa, sister. And so this is just our journey and together as a group man, can you imagine, you guys, if there's a group of us bringing in Christ consciousness, bringing in unity, bringing in Omni love, right? A lot of you guys see the BS in the world. You also see that, there's distortion in some of these teachings of religion and New Age. And so we're the ones that are transmuting that. Okay, we're the ones healing those distortions, bringing them out to the open, exposing those distortions. Because there's that if you're not aware of those distortions, you're not going to heal that. It's going to be part of your, disempowerment. We're responsible for that, to heal that, to become aware of it. Not to be clueless about it, but to become aware of it. And so this is why we're having channels and discussions like this. This is why I'm talking about Christ consciousness, and I'll probably make another video about unity. Okay? That's another big part of our identity. As a guardian, as an indigo child, as a starseed, we are, we desire it naturally. Part of you is pulling you towards that alignment, to your Christ conscious level. to your diamond sun 12-strand identity. And so, but can you imagine what we could accomplish even just as a group together in these spiritual communities? But we're meant to make a difference in the world. And so I believe that we can bring our talents, our skills. Like, for example, our brother Nate, he's got skill as a singer. You know, he's got those creative juices flowing. We need to take care of our indigo homies. You know, give respect where respect is due. Support the indigos in our world, because the indigos are under attack. So we need to watch out for our brethren, our sisters, right? Like, we know what's up. You know, we know that a lot of these, well, first of all, we're part of this indigo awakening, but realize the indigos have been attacked historically. They attacked the indigo children consciousness, and a few hundred years ago in France, wiped them out. Cathari. They were bringing in the Emerald Order Freedom teachings. That's why they got silenced and shut up and closed down. We had indigo children in the Essenes in Jeshua's time. They were attacked. The teachings were attacked. They're always attacking these teachings. They attacked them in the Mayan, the Aztec, the Inca. They attacked the Aborigines. They attack the Native Americans. They attack historically all the indigos who have come through history. They want to always, you know, either discredit or make it unavailable these teachings. Like, what do you think happened to these teachings? You know, these teachings were attacked. Successfully attacked. Now, Speaker 1, Speaker 2, and Speaker 3 are no longer bringing this information. I don't know about Speaker 3. Maybe she's doing something privately. I've never heard of her come out. I hear small channels coming out and talking about these teachings, but I don't see her stepping up. Much love to her. I just hope that she would step up. Michael Dean's passed away, so he can't step up. The Ashiana Dean is no longer with us. So what are we doing? You know, we got to step forward. We got to bring our skills. We got to protect the indigos that are here. We have to support these channels to come out. You know, my channel, actually, you guys, if you didn't know it, I just reached 100,000 today. Woohoo! And that's thanks to many of you as well who are in chat tonight. Your brother Anuhazi, Christos Avatar, hit 100,000 people. Subscribers. I'm bringing in the Christ consciousness, the unity consciousness, and so are some of you. We need to stick together. We need to protect this shield, this frequency. We need this message to reach more and more, and that's my job. That's some of your job and some of your mission. I'm so grateful for people that are also teaching these teachings. Because there's no way I can cover it all. I'm covering a small part of it. I'm like, you know, attacking the lowest vibrations on Earth. Some of you are going to teach high vibration techniques and the Emerald Order techniques. That's your job. I'm happy you're doing it. I'm happy you're doing part of this. My job is to freaking attack the lowest frequencies, like the religions and the false New Age teachings. That's my job. That's what I'm going to do. But if you want to learn the Emerald Order Awakening, for example, you want to go into the teachings or find other channels that are talking about it. Or you, brother, sister, make your own channel and start teaching. Why not? I mean, I see like Indigo Wizard posting on Instagram. I see Stardust Goddess posting on Instagram. You know, I know Giannis used to have a channel on TikTok. Some of us are teaching. Some of us are bringing it out. And we can't do it alone. This is a team effort. Nobody's better than anyone else. This isn't competition. Okay? It doesn't matter if your channel's small and my channel's big. There's no competition. We love each other. We want to work together. We're going to be strong together. Because billions of humans are making the phantom stronger. We need you, starseed brothers and sisters. We need to collaborate. We need to co-create. We need to pray over each other, through our higher selves, through the Guardian Alliance. We are representing the Emerald Order. We're representing that covenant. We are this Christ creed. We are the unity movement. Okay? And so we don't play around with those old things anymore, those old paradigms. A lot of us were coming from a cult. Like you heard in our last interview, a lot of us are coming out of those religions like Christianity. A lot of us are delved into magic systems, cursed people or whatever. We got twisted up. We got confused. We got mixed up. But we found each other. We found these teachings, which isn't Ashiana's teachings. It isn't a copyright. It isn't a trademark. You cannot trademark unity. You cannot trademark Emerald Covenant. Emerald Covenant's a universal organization, just like the IAFW is universal. Okay? We are a universal team. I can't copyright this stuff. Ashiana can't copyright it. Lisa Renee can't copyright it. This is everybody's teaching. This is the angelic humans teaching. She's not the only guardian. I'm not the only guardian. That's not the only guardian. We're all these guardians coming down with this CDT plates. We're reading and studying the CDT plates, the Emerald Order teachings. It's not for me. It's not for gatekeeping. It's not for one person or one website or one teacher. It's for all of us coming, hearing the call, and raising to that call, answering that guardian inner child, indigo child or starseed call. We are meant to. This should be our lifestyle, you guys. This should be our focus. Hey, you notice I'm poor, but I'm still doing this, man. I'm still gonna do this. Even if I end up being homeless, I will still be teaching these Emerald Order teachings. Yeah, it's not fun being poor, but this is part of that's a challenge to bring abundance into my stream. I want to bring abundance to my stream, but it's not my priority. My priority is going to always be these teachings. So this is my what do you call it? My intention to all of you. This is my duty, and it is my joy. None of us are perfect down here. We all struggle with some issues. I have some issues. I'm not perfect. But I'm definitely one of those, like you brothers and sisters, we're striving for the best version of ourselves. And it's also a responsibility to make sure that we're taking care of this biological, health distortion. Make sure you're mindful of your mental, emotional, psychological distortions. Make sure you're mindful of your physical, emotional, mental distortions and your spiritual distortions. You guys, we have to be on top of our game. I know I'm not at the top of my game. I know I can do better. I know I will be better. And we need all of you guys on the best diets, having the best relationships. We need to be organizing our lifestyles the best we can that is focused on bringing this frequency. Because at the end of the day, what the hell does all that other stuff matter? I'm not saying it's bad, but what do sports matter, man, when the world is in spiritual bondage? What do these movies or this music or whatever? There's so much to transmute. There's so much to heal. There's so much to be serious about. This is not a game. Okay? We brought ourselves here. We incarnated here, man, to make a difference, to heal, to heal karma, to heal the race karma, the planet's karma. We're here to transmute the Luciferian presence here, the Luciferian satanic phantom consciousness here. This is our planet. We're taking this planet back. If you didn't know it, the Guardians themselves call it a rescue mission. We're here to rescue the angelic human that is stuck in the spiritual bondage, that is stuck in false light, reverse consciousness. We're here to help heal, to facilitate that healing, so that people can find their inner Christos, so they can find their power inside, so they can stand in that Christic conviction, and whatever comes their way, whatever freak, excuse my language, whatever troll comes your way, whatever, some people will stab you in the back, some people will pretend to be your friends, some people will pretend to be your twin flame. I've had that in the past. Some people are going to pretend that, they're trying to help you. When this, remember what I said, and maybe you'll remember it. The bad guys pretend to be good guys. The more good they can pretend, the more they can fool more and more angelic humans. So, we haven't got lit on my channel in a while. So we could consider that. False twins, ship of fools. What's up, Jamarian? May? Yeah, an act. Jennifer Guyton, yeah, 100% sports are the equivalent. Yeah. Sermatism, woohoo! Celine, kind of like our 2026 getting lit. Oh my gosh. Pink Panther, I love you, Holy One. Thank you for that. Bless you. Oh no, I know I will too. It's just like, to be honest, when I became homeless, it really hit me hard because I was very successful and I had no problems with money. I was definitely in the, strong in my root chakra. So, but then my whole life shifted, but it was good. It was important. I needed to shift. And so I shifted and lost, all of that life. Literally just lost that lifestyle, lost that income, and had to start over. But that's what I needed to do. But it's just a matter of my priorities. My priorities is always this channel and bringing this information. It's kind of like, angels who come here, archangels and starseeds and indigos who come here, they come here because they're full of love, man. They just have this passion to help the human race, even though they know that when they come to Earth, it's a danger. Because they can be entangled. You know how many, you better believe that some of the indigo type 3s have been taken over. They lost. Yes, a powerful indigo child can lose when they bring, lower their consciousness to get down here. Lower, down step, down step, down step. And they have these clueless parents when they wake up, birth in. So they have to figure this stuff out for themselves. Okay, so I'm checking if I should get lit or not. I'm just checking right here. My chihuahua. So yeah, I just know that when I have an Etsy shop and I'm creating these t-shirts. We're gonna get lit, right? Sermonism is getting lit. And I know that, you know, if you want to be successful on Etsy, for example, you have to learn from the experts of how to be successful on the Etsy algorithm. There's a Google algorithm, you know, YouTube algorithm. There's an Instagram algorithm. There's a TikTok algorithm. You have to be knowledgeable about the freaking algorithm to show up and be successful. Well, that's what I have to do with the t-shirts on Etsy. I have to be knowledgeable. I have to study how to be successful on Etsy so my t-shirts will sell. Are you getting me, homies? So it's a learning process. Not only am I making a t-shirt every single day, but I'm also have to study and learn how to be successful in it because I've never done this before. I've been very successful on physical products, selling stuff like, you know, when I was in my old business, I packaged stuff and I took all those packages to the post office. Eventually I grew and I had employees. They were doing the packaging for me. They were doing the web work for me. You know, you grow and then you hire other people to help you grow more. I could have been a millionaire in that business, but I was selling swords and knives and tasers and billy clubs and brass knuckles. What, dude, that didn't resonate with me anymore. So I changed my business and I got rid of that business, and then I had all these financial problems. You see how it works out? So yeah. Shit. Okay, so I'm leaving a disclaimer that I literally will only do this like 4 times a year. And this is the first time of 2026. So maybe around summertime, and then around my birthday, September, and then around December, we will get lit together. And my other disclaimer is that this is based on your own choice, your own free will choice, and what you believe about it, what you feel about it, what you desire from it. So now, I do disagree with other people who demonize psilocybin. Psilocybin is legitimate, hardcore, powerful, profound, out of this world, godlike experience. You don't get that from cannabis. You don't get that from cannabis. Here's cannabis, and here's mushroom. There's no comparison. It is godlike, man. No joke. So, but to each their own. Now, you will hear speaker 1 saying some negative things about it. And so you decide. Just like I'm deciding. When you like travel hundreds of millions of years in the future and see Jeshua, that is, and you are seeing Azarites and you're seeing Oraphim, you ain't demonizing that. You're not demonizing that for me. On psilocybin. Now, you better believe that there people are going to, different types of people will have different experiences on these medicines. Maybe your medicine was cool. It was cool. I did all kinds of, I saw things. Not everyone is seeing the same thing. Experiencing. That's not the right word, seeing. Experiencing, feeling, hearing, smelling, tasting. And so those of you who are getting lit with me, see how you feel now, right now. I'll be transparent. I do not feel the vortices, stargates, the Templar running through my body right now. This moment, I do not feel them. Now, as soon as you co-create, I feel them within seconds. And you throw up your Maharic seal. You do your prayer to your higher selves, to the Holy Elohai Emerald Order. And you transmute with your right transmission hand and cleanse and purify, along with your intention. This is receiving, this is transmitting. In Kathara, they're going to teach you one is a negative, one's a positive, and how to hold them. But Reiki doesn't do that. But in the Kathara by spiritual healing, they teach you how to use your hands to do exactly that. And you know what? This is celebration. This is celebration for Christos Avatar hitting 100K vatos. Machiwa. Let the haters hate, because I'm going to keep on rising, vatos. I'm going to keep on representing that code. And I don't even know if I did psilocybin last year. Well, actually I did at Sedona, but it wasn't a full-fledged session. It wasn't a hardcore session, because there was people around and kids around and javelinas around and all that kind of stuff. But, and a small dose. So, transmission. You can feel your palm chakra. You can feel your fingertip chakra. Yes, I hope you can. Because I can feel it even before. Like, I don't need it to feel frequency from anything I put my hand over. I can put my hand over something, even over this water. Just put your hand, there's some water in there. You know. Close your eyes, put your hand, your palm chakra over. Move it around this. You should feel a tingling sensation on your palm. What is that? I wonder. You can feel a tingling sensation on your crown, on your third eye, on your throat, on your heart, on your solar plexus, on your fingertips, on your palms, on your sacral and root and feet. If you're concerned about protection, then protect yourself. It's always good to put in love and gratitude in there, and protection in there, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that in there. Just stay in that frequency of love, of gratitude, mindfulness, trust, responsibility, accountability, impeccability, fearlessness, self-sovereignty, self-love. Know those frequencies. Become familiar. Become a master of those frequencies. And you know, I know that I need to like bring my energy down sometimes. Excuse me. Bring my energy down instead of being too like fierce. Less fierce. Like I should be able to be more calm, even if I really disagree with some of those, you know, phantom practices. That's like the guardian reaction, kind of like I feel like you're meant to like, it's like you put on this suit of armor, and you're like meant to go against, and you know, those who are hurting innocents, those who are siphoning from our planet, our mother planet, siphoning from, you know, people who aren't even aware of these things or don't even know these things exist. So this is where I start feeling my crown hardcore right now. I feel this Cathara point right here behind. Take your finger and go down to a dip. That dip is the Cathara point. That's one of the things that you could rub regularly. But I feel this one, my third eye, my heart. And I know there's clairvoyant people out there. You can see this. You can see this. I don't need you to, I'm just saying. You feel my sacral, my root, my solar. Sorry. But definitely my feet. But this is weird. You think about this because let's say you have a job or you go to school or maybe just stay at home. It's ordinary life, ordinary experience. And then you have all these ideas about the world and about life, but it's from here, usually in this well, it is spherical reality of the third dimension. If it doesn't have access or connections to like the heart chakra, the throat chakra, it can't see these levels of reality. They can't. They deny it. They say it doesn't exist, and to top it off, they say something's wrong with you. Call you a schizophrenic or no, they try. Or they even try to debunk Emerald Order teachings by debunking Ashana. Have you guys seen that? People try to do that. At least I come up with it because of comments on some of my videos. I'm not saying recently or anything, but I've had them before where people are just saying, oh, Ashana is this and Ashana is that. You know, first of all, they're not in a space of love. And they're judging already. Okay? It's just not honest. It's so, but what happened to omni-love? What happened to forgiveness? What happened to love? Unless I already said love, probably. Love's important, man. I'm very in love. I'm so happy with my twin flame. Just want to say that real quick. It really helps a lot in your personal life, like love, to have a love that you trust. I mean, none of us are perfect. We can even argue and still love each other like crazy, right? It adds kind of like armor. It feels like spiritual armor. Like you're always protected, right? But when you have love, romantic love in your life, you feel more armor. I think it's because you feel their power, their guard, their protection, and their love, and they can feel yours. So you grow. And you'll even hear Ashana say, when you're with your twin flame, you guys, your energy, let's say you have normal power, it's obviously you're powerful, but you can feel it, right? It's about here. But then you whoa, you suddenly see it was always there. Higher intelligence, higher feeling, because we're only limited to 5 senses, so I can't describe to you my other senses, and I don't always feel these other senses, so you're just like a skeptic. It's all BS to you. It's just fantasy. You're weirdos, something like that. And so, we could trigger and get mad at them, but you're supposed to be spiritual, right? We're supposed to be the more mature one. We're supposed to be the one that's understanding it from a place of energy. You see different types of people, that's different types of energy. And it's a polarity. Whether you like it or not, there is positive frequencies and there's negative frequencies in the same space playing itself out. Conflict. There is a polarity, but we know of unity. Of course, there's a whole, and then it could be fragmented into halves. So part of it, this whole being, that's a male, that's a female, that's part of a whole being. You come together as a unified being. What do you call that? Androgynous. Hey, that doesn't mean go chop off your genitals or something. I mean, don't be stupid. Are you kidding me? That's not a loving word. Don't be ignorant, right? So you see it played out. If you see it in the Matrix, it's both present. It's something you deal with. You can't ignore it. You can't just hide or deny it. But people do. They'll just deny it. That, they call it the love, light, and clueless movement. Love, light. Oh, but they deny darkness or do not confront it or say it exists or think about it. You're right. Like there's a nation, a country that hates you. They want to conquer you militarily. They want to wipe you out and take what you got. Wow. Yeah, some of those freaking it seems like they will probably be the first ones to fall, man. Gosh, you think about it. Like you think about it from our realization, our cognizance, suddenly part of our present now. Like my 3D self is now seeing both my 5D self or higher self, like mini selves, like, hey, oh, hi, hey, me, hey, you, no, us, You see other selves, other versions of you, and they're not all 3D. Some of them are going to be 5D, 8D, 9D, which is and archangelic, but 10, 11, 12D, that's avatar. The soul, oversoul, avatar, machiwa, rishi, solar rishi, branua, speaks some Anuhazi, shaddai uri, akumtan, shaddai uri, akumtan, shaddai uri, akumtan. And you say that, I would say it 9 times. Triple Trinity, 333. So, a 3 is a trinity. So if you have 3 of those, that's a triple trinity. It doesn't have to be all weird. It's a powerful number, especially when you take a 333 and triple it. Oh, 999. No, if you think about everything as God, numbers are God. So quantity or like we're a plural, so there's many parts of God, fragments of God. Bring all those fragments. We're bringing fragments together. Your dormant DNA is in pieces. Whoa, that's the result of something bad. Something happened for you to get lost, confused, disconnected, disbelieving. Now, you're skeptics. You want proof. And you understand that it's based on your perception. Like you want me to prove to you that the soul is real, but you can't perceive the soul. You don't believe in the soul. How? If I say anything about the soul, you think it's BS. Some people are like that. And some people, even some of my relatives, bless them, think that when you die, that's it. Oh, everything stops to exist when you die. You got disease or cancer and you're suffering. Oh man, this feels horrible, right? But when you're gone, you don't exist. Like, right? Some of you know that's not a question. It's like, okay, we've been experiencing, it's been history, thousands of years, people in different religions, beliefs, they've seen spiritual energies, they've seen spiritual beings, but for some part of the population, it doesn't exist. It's not it's not mathematical, they can't define it, they can't, compute it. It doesn't exist. But they know that evolution is a growing, expanding process. Hopefully you guys grow. You won't be stuck. Huh? What's the opposite of stuck? Unlimited. You can be unlimited. It's a matter of thought. If everything's made of consciousness, damn, I need to drink water. If everything is made of consciousness, think about that. You use consciousness consciously to create what you want. Does that make sense? If you're conscious of it, the process, okay, so I am abundant. No, whatever you guys want. What do you want? Love? You go, I want my twin flame. Yes, that's it. Have you said it lately? I find my twin flame. I have my twin flame. Say that like a mantra. Repeat something. You're building the frequency. You're building it. You're creating it with thought. You think I am abundant, or I am blessed with love. If you don't love yourself, that's the opposite of knowing that you're love. I am love. We're all love. This is love. God is love. God is love, not anger. What the F is wrong with you, homie? God is love, man, Bato. Then why is there suffering here? Aha! Good question. Inquiring minds want to know, well, why would God allow some little kids to be blown up or murdered or raped? Horrible, disgusting. These type of creatures, think about the kind of consciousness it takes to harm, to hurt, to torture. The consciousness is evil. The Guardians don't say evil, but damn, do you want to experience this energy? I don't care what you call it. Do you want to experience this darkness? You enjoy it? shift, change thought, change the thought, not lack, not neglect. You're focusing on the wrong thing. What's the opposite of that? Abundance. I am abundant. Every single day I am abundant. I am abundant. Can you feel it, brothers and sisters? You are, you know, to be spiritual doesn't mean you have to be poor. We change our attitude. Whatever you want to manifest, change your attitude to positive and repetition, and you become your thought, homie. What you've been thinking. You've been thinking the negative stuff. Now look, now you're suffering. So we can heal that pattern. We say, no, not anymore. Sorry. I don't think so. Transmute, heal. Okay. I am. Whatever you want. I mean, say that to yourself. I am whatever I want. And I want this. And see it. And see the vividly. See the color. See the depth. See the different perspectives. You created it. It becomes real on some level of reality below your current reality. Your thoughts are projecting and creating these other living things. A thought is a thing. Everything is made of consciousness. So every part of it, a piece of it, is alive. All is spirit. All is God. All is one. We all feel this in our current experience, but many other versions of ourselves, multiple versions simultaneously. Oh, you see this huge collective, like a huge history, a huge timeline, super ancient beings. And you see yourself as part of this super ancient, like not galactic, but not even universal, but cosmic. You see this cosmic, grand consciousness. Wow, like you just throw names around like the Oraphim, angelic beings, angelic race, beautiful, tall, feline avians, Chihuahua, beautiful beings. And so you were these beings in the future beings, but it's you're coming from that level. You downstep to this level. So you are that super being, higher self, greater holy one. I mean, that's what you would have reverence. You'd feel this great honor to see this part of yourself. Like, OMG, no arrogance, no ego. It's simply just this powerful love with strength, like strong, powerful love. You feel this, that you have this. We all have this. We're all part of this unicide, part of this one. This, chikas, masu. So I might have a little bit of light language. And you guys, remember, this is my celebration with you for this channel based on Christ consciousness and the inner Christ, trying to empower you guys by informing you of and it's not even trying to convince you, it's just laying it out and you decide. You feel it, because that's what if people are honest, like they're transparent, and you can co-create, come together, instead of freaking death and fighting and hurting, allowing any person or people or nation or extraterrestrial, you do not allow them to give them this harm. Like, you have a frequency, hold in that Christic frequency, which is 12D. Nothing below 12D can beat that. When you bring in the Christ, the Christos, that is your freaking immunity, you so to speak. Like, you connect to these powerful frequencies and you change your DNA, you're changing your consciousness, your energy, the spiritual communion, of your higher avatar self. Remember that collective of many. Like you don't just see this life. I see many lives, people, timelines. Feels good. I feel honored, blessed to like, ooh, like feel so like kachiwasu, like a loving, emotionally loving energy. Thank you for those hearts, whoever's doing that. I know you guys. You know, I know some people trip out over this, but it's so beautiful, man. So blessed. Like feels good. Like you want to dance, you want to party, you know, you want to get down with your woman, you know, you just, and you're like if you're the man, you're the male, you're bringing in your divine masculine. I'm this maid, you know, this Liren, this shikas masu, my lioness. See your lioness, you know. It's so wild, dude. When you go into your Liren self, your Liren starseed. Are you a soul, a Liren soul? You feel that cat, that feline, that pride. When you say pride, you're thinking of the family of cat, of feline, of pride. You know, you got your elder lions, and then you got the ruling lions, and then you got the little children and lions, lionesses. So it's a pride, a tribe of lions, Lirens, starseeds, holy ones, shikas. They're freaking so badass. Christos avatars, Anuhazi, Ochimasu, sikas, moye. Oh, I need a drink so bad. Sorry, guys. This water, I mean. Don't take me wrong. I think I have to hydrate more. Equilibrium. Thank you for this landmark. I'm so happy, you guys. This is a landmark to hit 100K on YouTube. I've been shadow banned on all my platforms, but at least YouTube is the fairest. YouTube's the fairest. They still do their own devious shit, but you know. But if I want to reach people in the public, like 100,000 on YouTube, I have to like be careful. I have to be not just do something stupid, because I've already lost a channel before. So but that was good, because that needed to be transmuted. See, some of you have been here long enough with me that when I used to like have spiritual magical instead of Christos avatar, I was going through that phase, like the New Age channeling movement. It says that in the Guardian teachings. Channeling, we don't channel, we connect to our higher self, our own, like telepathy within our own DNA. Like reading, perceiving your own DNA, man. Not some other family, not some other being, some other self-proclaimed archangel. Archangel anyone. So that is giving your power. The guardian archangels wouldn't do that. But these galactic federations are about hierarchy and elitism, and they're going to have levels. And people who are going to be just so duped by that, man. So, oh man, it's just like, I feel this wonderful feeling in my spine. Like people would describe it as Kundalini rising. That's another thing. But first I feel where my chakras are, man. Like literally all of them, dude. I can feel them all when I just get lit with this medicine. In union with some of you doing this with me. Thank you guys. Give me 5. Yeah. It feels good. Like, oh, chikema, gratitude for perceiving beyond my normal 3D state. You know, you're like going deep. Like they call it down the rabbit hole or something. It could be a portal deep into another world, another lifetime, another identity. You are plural, homie. We are a collective. We are a tribe. What tribe are you from? I'm a tribe. You're a tribe. We're collectives. See? And then there's larger collectives, like 25 billion. That's billion star leagues. 25 billion different planets are part of the guardian angelic nations. 25 billion planets, star leagues. Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds. So it's not government, but it is guardian organization, like offices, you know, resources, internet, like I just want to say, you guys, some of you are probably mostly here for the main topic, Christ consciousness, and so this is just kind of like after that. So like we stay here a little bit longer, so you guys don't have to stay as long. I'm glad to see some of you are still here with me. Thank you. It just feels so good, man. So positive experience. It's like, oh yeah, like you enjoy it too. It's enjoyable. Ooh, like the word is tantric. It feels tantric. But come on, let's be honest. What is tantric? It's being horny. You feel it. Oh, it's in energies, but you feel it in your body, in your groin and stuff. You know, you feel some excitement. I don't know. and you don't want to feel this too? Like real? Like, have you got laid lately? I don't know. Okay, guys, this could be part of the side effect. It feels good and playful. No, that's the word, playful. You feel playful. I mean, what do you think tantric is? It's an energy. Like some people have an orgasm. That's an explosion of like nectar, like explosion, like. Well, you know what an orgasm is. Like, like you just go. It's like, wow, what is that? It's an explosion of joy, of ecstasy, of like God is pleasurable. God is, imagine being with God in orgasm. You are God, and you're with your twin flame, and you have this orgasm, like a nuclear bomb, but not a nuclear bomb, like a love bomb, like an orgasm bomb, like a joy bomb. You just suddenly got a joy bomb, and you don't want to get out of it. You want to stay in it. You just want to stay in it, right? You just want to stay in it. You're like, this doesn't happen all the time. Let's savor this. Oh, yes, right? You can be like that every day. Like, just feeling God. Like, oh, God feels so good. God's a sexy mama, man. I mean, God is like beautiful, I mean. God is perfect. If God is perfect, God is beautiful, because beauty is good, wonderful. God is beautiful and good. God is love, beautiful and good. God is sexy. God has to be sexy. I mean, God is sexy because God's God. God is sexy. So, God is beautiful. God is sexy. God is powerful and wise. It feels good. Oh, like you feel like you're being massaged, or you just have all this, what do they call those things? Like pleasure chemical hormones things, I don't know. Endorphins. You feel endorphins, like generated endorphins. Whoa. Like it just freaking feels good, like pleasurable. And you get naughty thoughts. I don't know. You tame yourself because you want to contain yourself. Sustain myself, you know. Composure. I want to have composure. I'm not doing very well, but because it just tingles. It tingles, man. Like, damn, I want some of that. Well, you smoked, right? It's tantric. It feels good. It just feels good, man. And seriously, if I was in this mood and you were in this mood, maybe you are, and we're in the same room, we're just like feeling so happy. What the F, man? How often do you just feel like wonderful joy and I feel good? How often? Check. How often? Every day, baby. If that's your answer, yeah, what's up? I'm happy every day. I'm having orgasm with God every day. And damn, if God wants to feel pleasure, God's going to feel pleasure. Don't you think God just feels pleasure all the freaking time? You know, there's the hologram, and in the hologram, there's distortion of source. But we're talking about beyond the hologram. It's just orgasm. I mean, if you could take all life and reduce it to one word, what is orgasm? Complete joy, complete pleasure, complete OMG. You just have this complete OMG and you savor it. Like you just stay in it. It doesn't go away. And you're just stuck in this orgasm with God forever. That is the kundalini. The kundalini, you know, the cosmos, the primal sound fields. You know, I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about, because I do. Those eternal gestalts of consciousness. And these beings created these constructs that they're like virtual worlds, but they call them holograms. So these eternal gestalts of consciousness, they created these holographic constructs. Okay? So there's God and there's all these ascended masters, they call them yanas. So God is called the Unisai. So Unisai and the Yanas. And the Yanas created these constructs. And so the Yanas put some of their consciousness into these hologram constructs. You get me so far? And then their consciousness is fragmented into several pieces. It's mathematical. It's specifically 1,700 and wow, oh my gosh, let me get a drink of water. $1,725. 7, 8, Chikamasu. Oh my gosh, it's so cool because this is what I'm experiencing is multi-dimensional. I'm feeling different levels of myself at once. Like I'm here, but bilocated there, and I'm over here, and I feel it around me, different like densities, different dimensions, different expression, different understanding, knowing. So you bounce between them. Like I see low levels, high levels, doing different things. Like you can call them visions. I see visions of greater capacity. Greater capacity is seeing more, understanding more. Like you're traveling. Time travel. Like you go into one of those hologram constructs. It makes you experience a physical reality, but it's not a physical reality. Everything is vibrating at the particle, subatomic particle, ultra micro particle level. Everything is, it's kind of like flashing on and off sequence. And nothing is solid, like a rock or anything hard or soft. That's a sensation, an illusion of the hologram. A consciousness of God put a piece of itself in the holograms that's created these spectrums of consciousness from one avatar or rishi, and now it's creating life in the lower dimensions, and those dimensions create more life in the lower dimensions. We're the result of that. We're like 3D version experiencing 5D, 9D, 12D, like you see their shapes, their forms, and you see the different, like liquid light. Liquid light is the avatar level, and it's like light that's liquefied. Like you can imagine dark blue liquid light, and there's dark silver liquid light, and there's pure white liquid light. But there's also the Maharic, the Maharic seal is this pale turquoise. No, excuse me, pale silver light, liquid light, pale silver. So somebody giving a problem. You know, like the guys from Terminator. You know, he looked like Terminator 3. He was like made of liquid metal. Hey, Giannis. Wow, Sirmatism? Got a problem with somebody? See, people are saying some shit, right? Somebody's talking about Apollo God. You guys, that's one of my things I talked about, like my past in the occult, in the magic stuff. And, dude, I was into those magic spells with, you know, and that's something that I had to learn later. That was freaking the opposite of what I wanted. So thankfully, circumstances take you out of that, and like almost like get rescued. Like, holy cow, if I would have kept going that route, I would have been freaking probably diseased and having problems in more serious problems, right? So, but yeah, man, it's so amazing. Like just this with you guys for half an hour, it's like amazing. Yeah, party. And if we all are friendly, and me and my twin flame, we're gonna have in our Christos family, we're gonna be opening a Sedona retreat, and I hope a lot of you guys can come together. We will have different options, so you can participate in the things that you want to. Plus, you'll be in the beautiful magical land of Sedona with a group of Christic homies. And it would be nice to stay in the same Airbnb, like get a real nice big size one, can fit 20 of us, you know, or get a couple of rooms and just hang out together at night. Like a really cool, like Sedona retreat, not the typical one, new agey one. I mean, we could do some teachings in that. Like I'll teach a class and I'll invite people like Dara because she lives in Sedona, and I would love for definitely, or Rihanna. I would definitely want her to come if she can, but I know she lives so far away. I would love to see her there. Like really, like get some type of like people who are serious about this guardianship, like where we really want to behave and come together and co-create as guardians. It's not about one person. We just need a few leaders to organize it together, and so and get some experience in having these kind of like, I don't know about roundtables, maybe we can consider that, but at least visit these energetically charged places on planet Earth that were really encoded to some of these gates. It's important for you to visit sacred sites. Like I'm having this awareness. I won't keep you guys much longer. I'm sorry, it's been late. Stay with me for 10 more minutes, okay? Can you guys hang out for 10 more minutes? Yeah? Yeah, 10 more minutes, baby. What's up? So, this is definitely a landmark for me. It has been an honor to serve you guys since 2022 on Christos Avatar TV. That's when I first made my channel. I don't remember the month, but it was in early, I believe, 2022. And here I am in 2026 with you guys. OMG, it's been an honor. Even if I got shadow banned, you know, because guys, I know because I saw my metrics. My metrics were going at a high peak, and then they just freaking flatline or just go a little progress. Because I was talking about controversial things, I guess. Not just some of this Christic stuff, but I mean, like even the secret space program, or because, you know, the Guardians teach you about free energy and everything, and how there's this whole drama playing out with extraterrestrial family lines and bloodlines who left their marks along history. They were the pharaohs. They were the ones, you know, taking over the Mayans, the Incans, you know, the Spanish coming over, conquistadors, taking. Same with Columbus taking lands. Just freaking like Vikings, they go and conquer. The same thing, the Spanish came and conquered South America, North America, just conquered our people. Even put them on pieces of land, you know, poor places. I mean, not, and generally speaking, not great. So, OMG. It's sad when you think about our history. We've done some pretty despicable things, people, humans. I mean, such barbarism, right? You know, when there's barbarism on a planet, that's the presence of evil, darkness, very bad, negative stuff. And you have a choice to experience that or not. I mean, basically, you know, some people don't believe in karma, but it does play itself out. Karma is something that can happen during your present life too. But a lot of it, karma, is coming from your crystal body, you know. That's the combination of all your other selves in the third dimension, second and first. So all those are versions of you. You know, remember we talked about it earlier, 144 selves. That's 72, right? And 72 males and females. So you're going to live 72 times as a female, woman, and the same amount for male, because they're all pairs. 72 pairs. Something was split. 72 was split into two, masculine, or feminine, magnetic, electric, electromagnetic. It's like people will make fun because they think the energies don't exist, but then you feel them, man. You feel it in my body, man. I like some people can have telepathy. Some people can perceive energies or memories from you. People can, like I was experiencing the energies in my chakra, and then you can feel it on your hand. And, if you're with someone, a friend, a lover, whatever, you can come together and do these energy experiments with your hands and do some blindfold experiences of, trying to read cards or read each other's minds, or, that stuff is possible. Especially if you're on a spiritual journey, you guys, you're doing techniques to expand your chakras, because that's your spiritual power. So you want to learn how to activate your chakras. They teach you that in Kathara. And so we're not meant to just be average humans. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but we're meant to be something greater, like a profound existence. Can you imagine a profound existence? Supernatural, paranormal, godlike. You're in this whole other perception. Like you stand in this greater presence. It's like many, like simultaneous occurrences at different multidimensional levels. So it's like hard to explain from someone just sitting in 3D. Some people are just stuck in one dimension. Like they don't see more. But, as you ascend, let's say you're in the third dimension. If you ascend, your consciousness is in the fourth dimension. Your consciousness, which is the real you, is the one that's in the higher dimension than the body. So you are the consciousness in the higher dimension. The body, even though you can see it in the mirror, the body is just a vehicle for you to move the true essence of who you are. Soul essence. Literally fourth, fifth, or sixth dimensional soul essence. Humans are from those dimensions. That's Tara. That's the second universe. So we come from, that's where we are now, our consciousness in our crystal body in that universe. And then we're having experiences in these bodies on this universe. So we can't imagine that. We don't see ourselves doing that we're actually not just present. We're not just present in one body, in one timeline, or you can call it a time vector. We're present in many separate, different time vectors. And so I am this person, but I'm also that person, that person, that person, that male, that female, that male, that female. I'm also that male and that female, that person, that person. I'm all these different versions of myself, and some of them are less evolved, some of them are more evolved. You see yourself on many different versions and levels of yourself. Trips you out, man. It gets real. It gets deep. They say you go down the rabbit hole, there ain't nothing. You go through the Stargate, you go through the portal, you go to the other world, the other dimension. You see other lifetimes. Oh, I see my wife in this life and then a wife in another life. Or, oh, I saw myself as a woman in that life. Or I'm an old man, or I'm a twin. I'm a I have a twin sister, like this. I was a king in one life, royalty. I was a Lyran lion in another lifetime. Sometimes I thought I was some other incarnation. I didn't, but then I realized later I wasn't. So sometimes you have to be very careful. Like, get double confirmation. I love you guys. So awesome. Is it really 11:11? No, I feel good, and thank you to those who. I actually curious now. Yeah. Thank you to all you who came to this live. My Vato Locos. What? Is this for real, dude? This is 555 people? I don't know what's going on. It's something else I don't understand. But there's 48 of you, holy ones. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Blessings to all of you. Yeah, we do. We have all those in the members area. As low as $5, you guys. Please support this. Oh, Celine, yeah, you're 2 zip codes ahead. So you were 1111. I was 911. Woohoo! I love you guys. You're awesome, man. You make me feel good. Yeah. Yeah. Pink Lemon said S&D in some love. Sending some love. Yeah, man. So it's, sometimes, I don't know about you guys. Have you ever go out and danced? Don't you want to shake your booty? Or just feel the rhythm and move your body to a rhythm? Don't you just want to you can, I know some people are going to criticize it. It's not good to drink alcohol. Oh, I don't do it all the time. But when I do it, it's for fun and just social, it feels so good. Especially if you're both, you can even last longer in bed. No. It's very interesting. You figure these things out. Like, damn, I wish I would have known that a long time ago, But, we didn't just come here to be scared and in fear. We were come here to have a good time. Why are you always trying to leave this reality and go to other realities? No, what I'm saying is, some people just do it all the time. Damn, are you kidding me? No, it's real. I do it all the time. No, dude, I've never done that. I wouldn't want to do that because I couldn't work. Shit. Plus you snack too much. It's funny when you make a joke about it, but it's real. You actually want to snack. So that's one of the negative side effects. But I mean, some of you have really good willpower. I much respect to those of you who have such powerful willpower. You control everything you eat, every single time, every calorie, every carb, every protein. You just got it down to a science. You're this, health god. You just know all the, in knowledge and information. Chigas masur. Ooh. Still feels good. It still feels tantric. Whoa. Groovy, imagine the 60s, the 70s, everyone's being groovy. You know how the music is different in every decade. I remember the Bee Gees, John Travolta, Bee Gees, John Travolta. Oh, it's so cool. That's one of the things I love about my twin flame. We have so much songs in common. We love each other's songs. We're always sharing songs. I'm like, are you kidding me? No way. Yes way. Now, you guys can find someone like that. That is awesome. Imagine being in a relationship where you hated each other's music. Like, I remember, she used to tell me that her favorite music, because I asked her, what was her favorite music? It was rock. And I'm not rock, though. I'm like, damn, really? But then I started to think about it. There was a bunch of rock songs that I liked. But, you know, I was more into, like, even as a kid, I was into new age, like, music. You know, the Tangerine Dream. They're the ones who did the soundtrack for the movie Legend with Tom Cruise. That was one of those kind of music things I was in. But I was into the piano. Furley's Moonlight Sonata. Tchaikovsky. You know, I played some music. When I was a kid, I played the violin. I played the trombone. The piano I like, though. Now I like to dance at drum circles. Not all my friends like drum circles, but that's okay. We can still make love, right? Be loving. Be happy. Have orgasm with God. That could be one of our chapels, you know. Orgasm with God. Or make a mushroom strain. Mushroom. Or orgasm. God's orgasm. Or orgasm. Divine orgasm. Because if you're with like your soulmate or your twin flame, you feel your energy greater, right? And then you feel a little bit of telepathy. You see this other person on a deeper level, and then you're like, whoa, dude, this is like, whoa, man. Like, like Sade will sing, No Ordinary Love. I know it's kind of a sad song, but it's also a beautiful, sensual song. I love Sade. But, yeah. No Ordinary Love, baby. Yeah. Hey, if I'm going to fall in love, it's going to be good. You're like, I'm going to put some energy behind this. And OMG, I'm like, what? Is this real? A gift, shikas. It's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Oh my gosh, am I going to drink all this, you guys? No, but seriously, you were praying of some of this. Some of the stuff you prayed for, actually, you know, when I say pray, you're like manifesting it. You're visualizing it. It's a ritual. You do it every day until it happens. You just believe it. You fall into that. No, you go from believing to knowing. You know. You know you are. Whatever it is you believe you are. I am. Transform. Butterfly, or maybe, you know, a symbol. What is a symbol for transformation? A butterfly. Or you can maybe, you know, because it goes through that process of change. Well, when you ascend, you're transforming into a new being. Like magic, like the butterfly. It changes. You're going to be not the same. And if that is your soulmate, your twin flame, you've been with her or him before. I've been with you before. I found you again. You know, you'll feel that in yourself. You'll feel like, I remember you. You know, it's like blessed, magical, like, no way, yes way. Are you surprised? No, I'm not surprised. Been traversing time and space, dimension after dimension, portal after Stargate. I've been seeking my everlasting, ancient love. Like, think about it, you guys. Haven't you thought to yourself before? Haven't you guys imagined before? Have you imagined that you found the most beautiful, perfect mate, man or woman, whatever? You just found this perfect mate. You're like, chicas masua. If you find that, wouldn't you be like strong and like protected, and wouldn't you be like experiencing magical stuff? Like, it makes you smile more. You smell fragrance, beautiful roses or something. You smell something like vanilla and pear. OMG. Life is delectable. It can be beautiful. It could be lovely. It could be just mwah. And you're not alone. You're with this other chicas reflection, and you just like reflect that power. It's like, whoa, dude. Sure. You know, you're like cooking. You just finished the perfect recipe. Mamma mia, mwah. Dang. Of course, God is love. Did you have a doubt? You see God as something, I don't know, like, you complain and you say, oh, it's God's fault, and I'm, what's going on? Where are you, God? You know, do you guys remember that? Like, have compassion for that part of you who used to be in that prison. It's a prison. It's a prison. I was in that prison in religion. OMG, it F's with your mind, dude. It F's with your mind. I'm not going to say there isn't some good, real truth in there. There is. There is a sprinkle of truth in there. But there's also like dark stuff implanted in the foundation of it, in the origin of it. Beware, holy ones. OMG. You want to dance. You want to sing. It's like a symphony. It's just like colors and art and geometry, like sacred geometry, right? It's perfect geometry. It's just like not from distorted human. You find this like relic, and it's just perfect, and you're looking at it, and it's like some futuristic device. You find this perfect futuristic device. It's something magical about it, something high tech, something you can feel, something. And this is yours. You take this, you're making sure no one can see, and you take this magical device and you play with it when you get home. You play with this device, you probe it, you zoom in, magnifying glass, and you see, like, when you stare into a crystal ball, you look into the ball and you're trying to get some I don't know, what are you trying to get? Well, they're trying to scry. Cry? No, I said scry. They're scrying. They're looking into the crystal ball, and they're going into an altered state so they can connect to the soul of the crystal, I guess. But you can just grab the crystal and feel its personality. Like, dude, this crystal Like, even this crystal, this comes from Sedona. We went into a shop and it had different crystals, and not just crystal shops, but we did spend a whole morning looking for crystals on our last day, I believe, right? And this was one of them, some turquoise. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but crystals come and go from your life. Even some of my favorite ones, I'm like, what the F? Why would I'm not wearing my favorite one? It's a beautiful Oralite 23. I have to find a necklace for it. I just have the crystal itself. So, but I find I was wearing this, but now this came into my life. So this is energy. This is frequency. This is like you go to a pharmacy, you pick out some, or you go to get some herbs, and you're trying to create something. Get some of this, some of that, some of that. Mix it together. No, some of you resonate with being an alchemist. You know how to make potions, elixirs. That's in a lot of magic books for a reason. Alchemy. A lot of it is baloney, but some of it's real alchemy. You can mix this and mix it with that and come out with this. Like the alchemist stone, or people want to turn any type of metal to gold or diamonds. If you're rich and you can buy the most beautiful stuff, like a beautiful giant mansion on an island, and you have like abundance, and you're helping lots of people and around the world and find their higher selves or whatever, like you can be part of that. I want to be part of that. Some of you are part of that. We want to heal this sorrow in the world, suffering, anger, hate. We want to heal it. There's always going to be people who want to heal this pain in the world. Even if people don't want it, we are doing it to the planet, like on a greater scale. We're all like bringing our will, our angelic avatar will, to bring this omni love. We're bringing Christ consciousness. We're sending these waves of energy down to earth, these Christic waves together, brothers and sisters. We're just like full of this. Like you feel this wave, a frequency wave. It just like travels really fast, and it goes, and it's like exhilarating. It goes through all your body, and you're like, whoa, dude, I'm like seeing different timelines. I'm seeing different, I was a different occupation, and I was a different nation, a different, people. And I see my family, I see, like the bloodline, like a family bloodline. You can see like sacred places, robes, wearing robes. I can seeing wearing robes with a group of people. Well, robes, plural. So we're at sacred site. We're going to sacred sites. We're wearing robes, like some type of Lemurian priest of Mu, Lemuria, Mu. There's inner earth priests. They call them priest kings, magi queens. Yeah, I got to do that. I got to do a magi queen and a priest queen, right? I'm not changing distortion. It'll just be like for fun on the side, Priest king, magi king, twin flame shirts, maybe soulmate shirts. If you guys have some more shirt ideas, please send them my way. Help a brother out. I'm very creative myself, but I'm curious about some of your ideas. All right, you guys. I don't want to keep you guys up forever. I'm grateful for you for staying with me as long as you did. 51 people. Bless all of you 51 people, all you souls. Give me a bear hug. All of you 51 people, let's hug each other. Yeah. Thank you guys. Bless all of you. And for sharing this extended edition, Christ Consciousness extended edition part of the show. Bless all of you. I love you very much. I know some of you are going to have fun with this tonight. Oh my gosh, my throat gets dry. At least I'm happy when I'm on medicine. At least I'm happy and peaceful, and I just want to be my inner child and play with you guys. I especially want to play with my girlfriend, but I want to play with all of you guys. You know, we'll go and just like live like children, like we're just free and we're sovereign and we're divine children of God, and we're just freaking just playing with each other's indigo homies. What's up? Yeah. Because some of you guys can really feel. You get me. I get you. We resonate. Yeah. Spiritual G's. Gangsters in Christ. And I got the t-shirts, you guys. Please support your brother Anuhazi, man. Get the link to my Etsy shop. You can also get my diagram there. I made a poster, but I also made a wall hanging of my time matrix diagram. Bless all of you. I hope to see you on Saturday, guys. Homies, what's up? Throw me some love. I love you guys. And we're just going to keep on rocking the Christ. We're going to keep on bringing that up. Yeah. Somebody's going to make a clip of this and just... This is Anuhazi having a good time. Thank you very much. I love all of you. Have a blessed rest of your week. I hope to see you soon on my next live. And, you know, tell me what's up. Let's make a poll. I want to make a poll. How many... Oh, okay, here's a good poll. Do you feel... And then we'll leave, okay? We'll do the poll. We got to do a 2026 poll now. Do you feel any part of your Christ consciousness? Start a poll. Ask a question. Optional. Oh, I don't have to make a question? I guess not a question, but a statement? No. Do you feel... have you... connected, or have you felt? Have you felt your Christ consciousness? Yes, no, a little bit, or I don't know. Okay? Yes. Have you? Have you? That's you, brother, sister. Felt your own, felt your... a peace? Have you felt like, because you know, you can't be all of that consciousness, but have you felt some of your Christ consciousness? Have you felt some? So if you felt some or a lot, say yeah. Have you felt some of your Christ? Christos. I'll put Christos, which means Christ, okay? Christos consciousness. And I don't just mean tonight, maybe some other night. Say, oh yeah, 10 years ago or 2 years ago, yeah. Yes. No. A little bit. A little. Remember my T on my keyboard is not working. A little bit. And then I have no freaking clue. No, yes, no, a little bit, or I'm not sure what you're talking about. I am not sure. And then I'll let you guys go. I won't take your whole night. I'm not sure. Start poll. And then we'll give it 60 seconds. Give me your answers. I love you guys to death. So much, my loves. I miss you guys. I miss you in Sedona coming up. We're going to do some Sedona. Chilling, hanging in Sedona together. We're going to get a nice place. If we need more people, more space, fine, we'll get more space. We're doing it, homies. What's up? Don't worry. We won't always. You won't have to smoke in Sedona, but some people will. We usually have something like medicine on the menu. On the menu. We plan on doing something if you want to, in a safe, legal way. And we're also going to have professional. What do you call them? They take you a professional Sedona guide, like a Native American. We have someone in mind, and we're gonna have. So it won't just be some. What is that? What is that? There will be a history behind it. There will be an explanation, a question. You can ask them questions. Someone who's knowledgeable, right? Because I don't live there. Maybe someday I'll have a house there, but we want to make this a great experience for everyone who's going to be part of it. I want to see you guys, my Christos brothers and sisters of light. We're all meant to come together. Blessings to all of you. And yeah. Woohoo. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Cheers. Let's go eat some chili. Sorry guys if I'm silly tonight. Not really sorry, but I'm sorry. Don't be offended. It was just fun. Good spirit. Yeah, 100K YouTube baby. What's up? After party homies. What's up? We gotta play some Nate tracks. Let's play some Nate. Nate, what's up, brother? We'll be playing his song. We all be like dancing and yeah. Blessings to all of you. Mwah.